Good evening, everyone. I am here to present to you tonight our topic on GrabCar with a tagline of Rides Made Awesome Plus Safe. This topic is brought to you by our marketing group, Group 5, with members yours truly, Robbie, Jiah, Mike, and Annie. In this next slide, I'll be giving you a run-through of our outline. The first one is the profile of Ken and Mike, who are businessman, employee, and frontliner. Next is their problem or pain, which is the transportation this pandemic. They are presented with different choices, which are the ride-hailing apps and cheaper public rides. Then we have the focus on the USP of GrabCar, which are safety, convenience, and health advocacies. Then next would be the positioning map, which focuses on the primary features and benefits of the GrabCar. Then next would be the potential and primary market size, which is focused on its primary market, the government, SMEs, and frontliners. We will also be discussing the product and service strategy used by GrabCar as a premium ride. Following this is the price strategy, which is considered to be reasonable and affordable by the middle and upper income class. Next to this is the place strategy, wherein GrabCar has different target areas this pandemic. We will also be introducing the different digital promotions used by the company. And finally, the primary generic winning strategy used by the company, which are niche and differentiation. We will all wrap this up at the end with a summary. So now let's proceed with the discussion by first introducing the profile of Ken and Mike. Mike Bing, or simply known as Mike, is a Filipino with an age of 21 to 59 years old. He is married and his child is named Ken Bing. He is a businessman that needs to open back his business, and he belongs to the high-income class, living in Metro Manila. His mode of transportation is usually taxi or personal car, and some of the gadgets he used are laptop and cell phone. Meanwhile, his son Ken is also Filipino with an age range of 31 to 59 years old. He is currently single and is a frontliner that needs to report to health facility. He belongs to the middle class and his current location is Metro Manila. His usual modes of transportation are taxi and personal car, and the gadgets he makes use of are laptop and cell phone. Based from the profile, Ken and Mike's current need is focused on safety. Safety is defined in Maslow's hierarchy of needs as security of the body, of employment, of resources, of the family, of health, and of property. In these next slides, we will be introducing Ken and Mike's problem. Hey Dad, I have to go to the hospital today, and I don't have my license yet. Can you drop me off? Son, Ken, our car is still in the repair shop. Can you just take the MRT? But Dad, it's difficult to ride the MRT these days, and it's not safe due to the COVID, and I am late. Oh no, what should we do? I actually need to reopen our business today. How do we go to work? The scenario in the previous slides actually represents the dilemma of most of our commuters, working class, and frontliners these days. Most of them have the need to open back their business, report to their offices, and health facility. The problem is their personal vehicle, which could be in the repair shop, or they could have no personal vehicle in the first place. Maybe they are unable to drive, or maybe they do not have a driver's license. Their choice is usually the available public transportations consists of MRT, bus, and tricycle. And the problem with this is currently we have low transportation security due to COVID-19 infection. There is lack of social distancing and unavoidable cash transactions. There is even theft and accidents in these transportations. Apart from this, convenience is also low in most of our public transportations due to limited vehicles permitted to operate. And also, social distancing cannot be practiced at all times, not to mention the lengthy waiting and queue times. So where do we go from there? What are Ken and Mike's choices? Choice number 1 is to book from a ride-hailing application. Or they could also hail for a taxi, or take the MRT, or ride the bus. If it's near their village, they can just take the tricycle. Our prescription or choices based on our initial diagnosis is to book from ride-hailing applications where Ken and Mike will be able to experience premium service point-to-point ride. They can also hail a taxi, which is considered to be an average service point-to-point ride, or take the MRT, which is relatively a fast mode of transportation, or even take the bus, which is a cheap mode of transportation for long and short rides. And another choice would be to take the tricycle, which is a cheap and fast mode of transportation for short rides. Before COVID, the services of the company includes Grab car services, which could be the standard 1 to 6 passengers, Grab Share, Grab Taxi, Grab Premium, Grab Family, and Grab Pet. Aside from this, another company service is Grab Bus for point-to-point rides. Next is Grab Express for parcel delivery. We also have the Grab Load for mobile prepaid services, Grab Food for the food delivery, and Grab Hotel for hotel bookings. During COVID, there has been some changes in the services, particularly the addition of Grab Mart, Grab Pabili, Grab Gift Cards, Grab Offers, Grab Bills, Grab Challenges, and Attractions. Though in the following slide and for the whole of the presentation, we will just be focusing on Grab car services. To emphasize on the Grab car brand, let us look into the company's unique selling proposition. The USP before COVID of Grab car is fixed rates, particularly because you know what you need to pay at the end of the ride once you book, unlike regular taxis, which changes in rates depending on the traffic and distance run by the taxi. Another USP before COVID is the convenience it provides because unlike taxi wherein you have to queue in taxi stands, once you are able to book with the application, you just need to wait for the car to arrive sweat-free. Also, it meets the security and safety needs of passengers like Ken and Mike because the application provides the driver's basic information and profile. If in case you left an item in the Grab car, you can easily contact the driver or you can even contact the customer service of Grab and they can definitely assist you. During COVID, in addition to the usual USP of Grab car, we have the Grab Bayanihan and the Grab Protect. The Grab Bayanihan is the overarching program of Grab for passengers and partner drivers in this time of COVID. Under this program, we have the Grab Bayanihan car and Grab Protect. Let's go into details. For Grab Bayanihan, it is basically focused on 4 things. First is income recovery, where Grab has already decreased the commission they receive from partner drivers from 20% to 10%. So last June 1, 90% of the Grab car fares now go directly to partner drivers. Second is certified safe, wherein partner drivers are informed and trained to maneuver the new normal. Third is health checklist, wherein online health and hygiene check are being done in order to ensure that partner drivers are healthy. Lastly, we have the safety feedback, which is consistent to the safeguard being of the driver and passenger's health. Aside from what was mentioned, the Grab Bayanihan has a special transport service made specifically for healthcare workers of Grab's partner hospitals and clinics within Metro Manila. This is called the Grab Bayanihan car. Passengers that can avail of this service are entitled to the following: access to special service type, dedicated fleet of drivers, and lower priced rides. Another USP of Grab car during COVID is Grab Protect. Grab Protect is a program under Grab Bayanihan which is comprised of pillars of Protect, Safe, Cashless, and Contactless. Let me go into more details in the following slides. First pillar is Protect, which covers the health and hygiene standards implemented by Grab. It emphasizes safety first through mandatory wearing of face masks. Another thing is social distancing, wherein only 2 to 4 passengers are allowed per ride. Next is Stay Home. For persons below 21 years old and above 60, immunodeficient or pregnant, they should remain in their residences. Next is Health Check, to ensure that there is no COVID symptoms between the passenger and the driver. Next pillar is cashless. People can now pay via GrabPay and credit or debit card. What is the difference between the two? With GrabPay, you can enjoy higher Grab rewards and lower fares with every trip. And for the credit or debit card, there are no Grab rewards and standard fares would usually apply. The next pillar is Grab Safe, wherein at every end of the trip, Grab asks for hashtag safe feedback. Some questions include, was your driver wearing a mask? Did your driver insist on opening the door for you, and was social distancing practiced? If this is not done, you have a right to refuse the ride. Last pillar is Grab Contactless. A Grab Protect Grab car has gone through mandatory deep cleaning and sanitation protocols. Drivers are trained to ensure safe or hashtag Grab Contactless ride. When you say Grab contactless ride, the drivers open and close the door for the passengers upon the entry and exit from the vehicle. If the passengers have bulky belongings, drivers will open the trunk of the car, but they are not allowed to touch any of the passengers' belongings. Passengers can only sit at the back of the car. They are not allowed to sit beside the driver. Only 2 passengers will be allowed per row, and passengers should socially distance inside the car by sitting beside the windows. Drivers are trained to disinfect surfaces and touch areas after the Grab car ride. For a contactless ride, Grab installed also disinfectants and non-permeable barriers to ensure a clean and safe ride. Now, we proceed with the competitive positioning map. We contrast the primary feature and price of Angkas and Grab car. Grab car is high in price, but it has convenience and safety. Meanwhile, Angkas has low price and focuses instead on a fast ride. As you can see in the competitive positioning map, we can clearly assess that Grab is more advantageous than most of its direct and indirect competitors. Although Grab may be disadvantaged when it comes to price, especially when there are price surges as well as its ready availability to commuters, it can be emphasized that Grab is more focused on delivering safety and convenience. As part of health protocols, cashless transactions and driver report mechanisms actually represents concern on safety. While for the convenience, technology, and eco-friendliness, they are considered to be of equal importance also. Did not consider Angkas in the positioning map of benefits because it currently has no operations, though they are making current moves to operate again, and as you can see on your screen, we have the proposed rider COVID gear once they are allowed to operate again. Next subsection we will discuss is the potential market and primary market size. Worries of a second and third wave of infections will mean that even as countries move to ease restrictions, social distancing measures will remain in place for the foreseeable future, and businesses must adopt to changing consumer habits. Consumers will likely remain cautious about venturing out even after the lockdown ends. This means that demand for services such as online shopping, food deliveries, grocery deliveries, and telemedicine will remain elevated. Hence, considering Grab's potential and already penetrated markets, it considered to reach out to the government and the country's healthcare systems, which are considered good target market partners during this period of pandemic. The partnership will enforce the responsible use of digitalization across the country. In fact, Grab has already partnered with the Department of Agriculture, and it enabled customers across Metro Manila to purchase fresh produce and meats from Department of Agriculture's Ikadiwa website, and it be delivered through Grab Express, supporting farmers and agripreneurs. Grab also partnered with Quezon City Government and Manila Local Government Unit to provide work and livelihood opportunities to displaced workers, tricycle drivers, and small businesses affected by the COVID-19 crisis. Grab also wants to ease the burden on healthcare workers as it launched, as mentioned in the earlier slides, the Grab Bayanihan car, piloting with 400 volunteer drivers. Each Grab Bayanihan car will ferry one healthcare worker to and from registered hospitals and medical facilities at a time, in accordance with the government's social distancing guidelines. As for Grab's primary market size, it will continue to help small and traditional businesses, including SMEs, to make a smooth transition online and optimize their business models to meet shifting consumer demands. Focusing on Grab's primary target market, Grab intends to provide luxurious and comfort rides to consumers. The following criteria are considered. First, the demographics part. For age. Age is considered because there are only ages allowed to go out of their homes during this period of pandemic. Next is gender and status, wherein male or female, single or married, all types are targeted. Next is income and occupation, as considering the ability of the target market to pay for a higher than cheap but more convenient transportation. For the occupation, considering that all working individuals need to have a right, including the healthcare workers and other frontliners. For the psychographic part, it will consider the self-actualizers, as indicated in Maslow's hierarchy, whereby individuals prioritize their wants to enjoy the ride, not just a means of transport, and will utilize the service when the brand image is aligned to what the individuals perceive of themselves to be. Then for the geographic part, Grab intends to capture their PTM covering the Philippine megacities like in Metro Manila. The next subsection is about the product and service strategy of GrabCar. Services during COVID are GrabCar 2-seater Grab Pay, GrabCar 2-seater Credit or Debit Card Pay, GrabCar 4-seater All Cashless Payments, and Grab Taxi. So how was Grab created? So it started with the question, why can't we have a safer way to hail a ride? Can't we give drivers better working conditions? What if we could make life just a little bit easier? In view of those questions, Grab was created with features that allow customers to have access on upgrading from an economy ride to a premium ride, fixed fares, personal accident insurance, as well as drivers with quality. This further assures the consumers to have trust in the new service, but also feel at ease for their families to utilize the service. Grab commits to be constantly in search for better technologies that will enhance the current product as well as the innovation of new products to optimize traveling from comfort, especially this period of pandemic. Grab empowers people to open up opportunities for all, regardless of background or ability. It provides income opportunities to all groups of people, including the disadvantaged, as part of its commitment to push for greater inclusivity. Grab makes cities smarter to provide technological solutions to improve and build safer, smarter cities. Many Filipinos face everyday limitations like traffic congestion and lack of public infrastructure. As an everyday everything app, Grab solves everyday challenges to make life a little easier. Grab protects our planet as well by minimizing our environmental footprint by accrediting only brand new or slightly used cars to serve as ride-hailing service. We only get one Earth. Let's take care of it. We also have corporate social responsibilities during COVID. You make a difference by donating your points to support organizations through Grab Reward. Organizations such as Philippine Red Cross, UNICEF, Make-A-Wish, and WWF. Next that we will be discussing is the price strategy contrast between the before COVID and during COVID of GrabCar. From here, we try to understand how GrabCar sets its price. First is selection of objective, which in this case pre-COVID is maximum market scheming. There are sufficient number of passengers and its high price communicates the image of a superior product. Superior product because GrabCar provides safety and convenience through booking system, secured profile of drivers who are trained and licensed, and relatively insured drive to passengers. Next is determination of demand. Although the metro has a lot of commuters and potential passengers due to congested population, there are also a lot of substitute transportations. Price is a big part of total cost of operating its business in its lifetime, and the price is elastic. Estimation of cost is next. Costs include office rent for the Grab office located in Wilcon IT Hub in Makati, which is a fixed cost, salary for regular, mostly administrative personnel, maintenance costs for the application, insurance for drivers, fees for permits, and taxes is what comprise the variable cost. After this, we analyze competitors' cost, prices, and offers. Particularly in the next slide, we try to compare GrabCar with other ride-hailing alternatives. Afterwards, we select the pricing method. So for GrabCar, it makes use of the markup pricing and time pricing technique. The first one identifies the cost, then add desired markup or profit, while the second one is a form of a third-degree price discrimination where prices are varied by season, day, or hour. Finally, for the selection of final price, we try to assess, or GrabCar tries to assess the impact of price to drivers, passengers, and regulators. For regulators, like for example, LTFRB, they are monitoring the price fluctuations in ride-hailing applications such as GrabCar to avoid overcharging. Currently, standard GrabCar charges 40 pesos flag down rate with 2 pesos additional charge per minute and 10 pesos to 14 pesos charge per additional kilometer. The application calculates all these factors in pricing through algorithms and charges a fixed price to passengers. The LTFRB recently accredited some transport network vehicle systems companies to compete with Grab. The ride-hailing giant may still be the dominant player in the TNVS industry, but new ride-hailing companies promise lower fares and better services. Initially launched in 2016 as a shuttle service provider, U-Hop has now expanded its ride-sharing services to include taxis, sedans, and SUVs. It also provides car rental, leasing, and corporate transport services. Service areas are in Metro Manila, Cebu, Davao, Iloilo, CDO, Bacolod, General Santos, Baguio, Zamboanga, Boracay, Angeles, Subic, San Fernando, Cavite, Lucena, and Bicol. Founded in Cebu, MICAB currently operates in 5 key cities in the Philippines. It will soon be available in Davao, where it will directly compete against Hirna. Hirna is Davao's homegrown taxi-hailing app developed by car rental company Avis Global, Avis Philippines, and Metro Davao Taxi Association. So, a wholly Filipino-owned TNBS company, OWTO, uses private vehicles for its ride-hailing service. You can choose from sedan, hatchback, subcomport, or SUV. GoLag, on the other hand, is a transport network company that's similar to any regulated taxi or rent-a-car company in the Philippines. Its name is a shortened version of Go Laguna, the province where the ride-hailing service is based. While Hype is a 100% Filipino-owned transport network company whose name stands for its core values: honest, young, professional, and empowering. Service areas are in Metro Manila, Bulacan, Rizal, Cavite, and Laguna. Time of COVID, Grab changed its strategy in pricing due to different factors. For the selection of objective, it now changed to survival and maximum current profit. It still charges fairly higher prices because of being a premium transportation, although there has been a drop in charge price by around 10 to 15% from previous prices. Also, Grab has implemented a strategy of reducing commission received from partner drivers from 20% to 10%. Aside from the pandemic, other considerations are demand. Currently, Grab operates for GCQ in Metro Manila, Cebu, Bacolod, and Pampanga. Demand type is still elastic, though it became less due to decrease in available transportation. Passengers would be mostly willing to pay even if prices charged by Grab are higher, since their concern nowadays, especially for workers required to be physically present in the office, is just to get home. Higher prices may be justified. For the estimation of costs are still the same with the addition of COVID protective gears for some of the partner drivers. Some are subsidized while some are actually personal expense. Analyzing competitors' costs, prices, and offers, there are no drastic changes in the pricing of competitors, though their numbers decline and operations of some are still suspended. While for the final two steps, the same things apply, like the markup pricing for the selection of time of the pricing method and the time pricing. For the selection of final price, it's still the same. For users of Grab Pay for Grab Car, you pay less for your ride, you enjoy exclusive promos, you earn Grab reward points as special customers before and during COVID. The next subsection to be discussed is the place strategy. Grab focuses on targeted areas such as malls, town areas, airports, office and industrial areas, and even schools and church. However, these targets are before COVID-19. As we goes in the midst of this pandemic, the targeted area shifted from the usual crowded places to the most needy or critical places. Airports, malls, and schools were replaced by hospitals, drugstores, and groceries, along with town areas and office and industrial areas. Grab operations during COVID, GrabCar is available for 2-seater in Metro Manila, Cebu, and Pampanga. GrabCar is available for 4-seater in Metro Manila, wherein 2 passengers are allowed per row, and service hours is 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. The promotion strategy of GrabCar. Grab promotions before COVID includes advertising, which is any form of general presentation and promotion of products through online or offline media. It also makes use of events and experiences, which is a company-sponsored event to create interaction with customers. Like for example, the National Heroes Day last year, wherein they invited Grab drivers and their families for a day of fun in an event that celebrated Grab's everyday heroes on the road. It is a partnership with One Championship. And they also held a year-end concert known as the Rock On Kagrab. Other promotion types is interactive marketing, wherein activities online allows interaction with customers. Then they also make use of sales promotion, wherein various incentives can be applied in order to encourage testing or purchase of goods and services, such as different codes which is allowed to be used in order to get discounts. Next is PR, wherein internal and external programs are designed to protect the company's image and product communications. Paired with digital technology, Grab has made use of this commercial in order to protect its concern to its drivers and as well as passengers during this COVID period.
It's time to restart our engines and open our doors. Daily travel has changed, but when it comes to your safety, Grab is still the same. The same care. The same attention to detail. The same mindfulness. The same priorities of putting you first. And now, the same goal of riding this out together. Grab Protect. Safe travels every day.
For Angkas, it also makes use of different promotions such as advertising and sales. During its startup, it made use of free first ride of up to 80 pesos in order to attract customers. It also made use of interactive marketing in social media such as Twitter and Facebook, and held different events and experiences such as #SaveAngkas, which is a free Thanksgiving concert. In the next slide, we will discuss the primary generic winning strategy. As far as safety is concerned, we all know that Grab caters cashless transactions compared with other indirect or direct competitors, hence avoiding further spread of COVID-19. It has a complete set of COVID-19 health protocols like social distancing, temperature reading, sanitizer. They also sanitize the area before and after the use. Then, Grab protects its customers by having driver reporting mechanisms. As for the convenience, as discussed in the product strategy, Grab offers premium ride not just to middle and upper class but also with the frontliners. Hence, Grab may still be a winner during this period of pandemic until the new normal. So definitely niche and differentiation, pandemic and beyond. Now, let us summarize everything that has been discussed. We revert back to the outline. We presented first Ken and Mike's profile, who could be a businessman, employee, or frontliner. The problem or pain is the lack of transportation this pandemic. We are presented with different choices such as ride-hailing applications and public transportations. For the USP of GrabCar, we said that it has safety, convenience, and health advocacies. Then afterwards, we had the positioning map wherein the primary features and benefits as well as the price of the companies are contrasted with one another. Potential and primary market size of GrabCar are governments, SMEs, and frontliners. We also considered the demographics of potential and primary commuters. We discussed the product and service strategy of GrabCar as a premium ride and introduced the price strategy, which is considered to be reasonable and affordable by the middle and upper income class. Afterwards, we go to the place strategy wherein there are different target areas this pandemic, then introduce the different promotion strategies, which are mainly digital promotions, though we also discuss other forms of promotions before the COVID pandemic. Then lastly, we discuss the primary generic winning strategy, which is niche and differentiation. Again, this has been Group 5 with the topic of GrabCar, from Rides Made Awesome to Rides Made Awesome plus Safe.